Pisces, welcome to your general overview and energy read that's good for the next several weeks. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. We're going to start by pulling your general overview card and then we will build your baseline. What is going on, please, for the Piscean collective? What's going on for Pisces? Show me what I need to see, please, for Pisces. What's going on for Pisces, please? Show me Pisces, please. What's going on? Oh, okay. For some of you, saying the light. The 19th also, for some of you, might be important. Let's try that again. Show me Pisces, please. Oops. Positive movement forward. Excellent. Lines of communication are open. Taking action. Moving towards your goals, your dreams, you name it. Excellent. Positive movement forward. Positive thinking. Putting our best foot forward. Our best intentions forward. Our communication is active. We're taking movements. We're taking stride. We are sailing into the sun. Yes, excellent. And also just general sense communication might be active between you and other folks at this time. That is some Eight of Wands energy right there. But yes, the idea is this is a good thing for me. I'm communicating. I'm opening up to the world. I'm exploring my own particular waters. Trying to explore a particular horizon. I don't know. I'm open to it. So, making strides. Beautiful. Light, positive, correct. Feels functioning. A certain level of forward momentum. What's going on, please? Things are happening, but in a nice, lovely, manageable, kind of easy way, right? I'm going to start with that recent past. I don't want to stay here too long. Neither do you. So, I'm kidding. So, you know, you had some tug of war energy in your recent past that suggests, I don't know that this is right for me. I don't know. There is something in you in the star, the pathway, something that's very personalized to you that you kind of went back and forth on your energy on. Do I want this? Do I not want this? Do I want this? Do I not want this? If I do, how do I make it happen? I don't know. It's kind of rough, right? And the star typically tends to be a very higher level of aspiration, be it in love, life, goals, whatever. Okay. The point is we don't know until we're on it. If that particular star is right for us. It's a much more personalized experience, much more gratifying experience, much more successful experience, so long as it's correct for us. But again, you don't know until you're on the pathway. So yeah, some of you put off something that has meant something to you. Very personal the star is. In reflection or comparison to the sun, which is the happiest card in the deck, everyone knows that. But anyone can live under the sun. Right? Anyone can choose to be happy. Anyone can pursue their dreams if they so chose and it makes them happy. The star is a little more complicated in that it's not meant for everyone. It speaks to us. It's very private, it's internal, but it represents our biggest hopes, dreams, wishes, wants, desires. That means you gotta pick a star. It speaks to you, it calls to you, and it's not till you try to reach for it that you understand if it's right for you or not. And that's for the Pisces I'm looking at. You had a hard time understanding if a particular pathway was right for you. There was some resistance here, timing wasn't right, there was a certain level of difficulty and or challenge associated with that particular star. It could be a person, but right now I'm defaulting to general wishes, wants, dreams, goals. And it's Two of Swords, confusion. I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how to go about acquiring my star. I have an idea of what it is, but there's some challenges here about how to meet it. The Devil. Oh my. Six of Swords. Five of Pentacles. You're breaking ties from something or someone that you seem to identify as holding you back. Right now, I'm still kind of seeing it as a vague sort of applies to many of you type situation. In other words, whatever it is that you understand causes you fear, that binds you, whatever it is that holds you back from the pursuit of your own particular goals and dreams. Okay, you're breaking ties with it. It's literally dead center reading. It's the Six of Swords. The Devil here, Capricorn energy, doesn't have to be. You could have some strong Capricorn in your chart. And then Five of Pentacles, I don't know, but you're breaking away from something that you're like, you know what? That's what's holding me back right there. That's it. And I'm parting ways with it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be a situation, circumstance, a habit, a fear. Something that you are used to defaulting to, but that doesn't necessarily make you happy. No, it became something that you learned to do over time. This is a fear that's always kind of with me, and it makes sense to me then, if I want to move towards my star, I gotta leave this behind. I gotta let this go. It holds me back. It's not doing nothing for me. You know, it could be a person, but I don't know. I'm saying it more as a general life sense right now. Let's do that future, please. 9 of Pentacles, the Tower, radical transformation, and death. Wow. Holy shit. First of all, you might have some strong Scorpio and or chart. We have death and Tower here, and then also the indication of now, as in happening now while we're in Scorpio season. And 9 of Pentacles, it's like as you let something go, you really come into your own. Isn't that lovely? As you let something go, you are really coming into your own, thriving in a state of independence, and I can do this, and I got this. I can stand on my own 2 feet. I know how to create my own garden. Thank you very much. Yeah, it may not be the easiest of transitions, but if something is letting go, and in the process you kind of earn your freedom, you know, the freedom to act and move and think and live independently of whatever it is that you felt that holds you back. Again, I'm not tying it to a particular person. I'm really not. It feels so much bigger than that. I don't know. Let's start clarifying. Let's take a look. I just see that you are communicating, demonstrating actions and intentions about what it is you're trying to do, trying to find your purpose, okay? And how to move forward, right? In a way that's positive, not negative. And it's like you're fighting the negative energy here. You're fighting the negative patterns. You are fighting particular fears of breakage and letting go and being afraid to move forward. And that, for many people, is a kind of pattern. It's not like we're walking around aware of it. No. It was established a long time ago. That's how it became a habitual thing, a patternized thing. You're kind of sick of it. You're kind of tired of sick and tired of fighting your own inclination to do something bigger, to be someone bigger. Goodness me, that's a lot of activity. Okay, show me that 7 of Wands, please. Show me that 7 of Wands, please. Show me that 7 of Wands. There's some resistance here towards the star, and yet it was only because you said you couldn't see it. What was right for you? Your bigger hopes and wishes at stake here. You felt something calling you, but it's like you couldn't find the time for it or make the space for it. It's looking like you're making space. You are breaking ties with person, place, situation, or circumstance, I believe. And in so doing, you come into your own. Release. A lot of transformative energy. That's a lot of big guns you're packing today, honey. All right, show me that 7 of Wands, please. Queen of Swords. There's that. See, there was the calling in you. There was the calling in you. There was the calling in you very strongly. Page of Wands. I'm sorry, not page. The Ace of Wands here. Whatever it is that is to you, that particular calling, that thing that sparked you up and lit you up, okay? It was a calling in you. A light of pathway. A new source of hope, inspiration, passion, okay? That says, maybe Pisces, we can move in this direction. And that was associated with your star, your biggest hopes, wishes, wants, desires. And then I have a King and Queen of Swords banking that. Wait. Let's use logic and reason here, please. Logic, reason, logic, reason, logic, reason. Now's not the time, or I don't feel like we're ready to take this on right now. I don't know if I'm personally prepared for it. So your mental activity, you might have some very strong air in your chart, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that kind of dictated, not yet. Not yet. Pisces, listen to us, listen to your intelligence. We know you're excited by this thing. We know you're into this thing. We know you're turned on to this thing, just not yet. Okay? Look at it. Examine it, be analytical with it, learn about it by all means, but also give it a healthy dose of questioning and maybe some cynicism about whether or not this thing is viable. Let's see that star. I want to see what's provoking so much thought in you. Show me that star, please. Show me the star. Show me the star, please. Show me the star, show me the star, show me the star. Aquarian energy does not have to. We also have Capricorn here and Scorpio, like I said. Excuse my vocals. They're trying to run out on me. The Devil, there it is, twice. Boom, baby. Boom. Oh, no wonder. Knight of Pentacles. King of Wands. Yes, something was calling to you. I can see why you were so cautious with it now. I can see why you were so cautious with it now. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, I'm looking at two sides of you today. I'm looking at two sides to you today. This kind of turns me on and ignites me. It gets me going. It gets me excited. It gets me amped up. Control it. Just Pisces, be determined. King, Queen of Swords. Look at it logically. We clarify the star. You have a lot of desire wrapped up into whatever this is that almost feels bad to you, and perhaps it isn't for you. Okay? I don't know, but the Knight of Pentacles is here. This is a slow-moving thing. King of Wands is here. There's passion in this. There's desire, but there's a feeling of ill will attached to it. Okay? That's why you were critically looking at it so hard. I don't know if this is for me. Because as much as I desire it, it kind of makes me feel bad at the same time. And it's like the more you were looking at it, the more turned on you got by it. But that slow pace here, the critical examination, kind of kept your fire for this thing in check. Your willingness to explore it, give it your full weight of attention in terms of your intensity, your passion. Okay, just getting in there and trying it. No. King of Wands, he wants to get in there and just try stuff, see what happens, right? And his fire is typically not wrong. That's his particular instinct. Okay. And I've seen your instinct. I've also seen your mind. Your mind has told you multiple times to be cautious with this. You don't know if it's for you. It looks good, and it often feels good. But is it good? That's the question. Is it good for you? Is it good for me? Is this my correct pathway? It's very desirous. But you wonder if there isn't an element to it that's attached to it that's not so good. Okay. It's like if it pulls to me that strongly, maybe it's not good. Maybe something about it feels off. Like a little obsessive. Maybe it's a little too hot. Okay. Maybe it doesn't... Like, okay, that's what it is. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't figure out if it's a hope and a dream and a desire versus, like, maybe a really strong impulse. Is that what that is? You know? Is this coming for me because I really want it and it's for me? Or am I just kind of lusting after this? Again, I don't know that it's sexual. It may not be. It's just, am I kind of lusting at this? So, like, if I was saying that to Capricorn, they would understand. Okay, so for instance, if you have some strong Capricorn in your chart, and you dang well might with all that Capricorn I'm singing here. So that's just something that's like being so ambitious, being so driven. Okay, not stopping until our goals are met. That can turn into a kind of lust and a kind of obsession that says, I have to have this. And the idea is like, okay, if I have to have this, can we look at it critically before we commit ourselves to it? Because I'm really compelled to it, I am, but I don't know that it's necessarily for me. And, wow. I don't know what the hell that is, honey. But it's kind of like you're looking at it, is this a good witch or a bad witch? You just know that there's power in it. Whether or not you believe in the witch concept, fine. Good witch or bad witch. The whole point is that they both have power, right? So there's something here that calls to you that feels very, very powerful, but you can't tell if it's good or bad. Is this correct for you? Is this right for you? Or is this just something you're kind of lusting and obsessing over because maybe you think it might be? I don't know. Neither do you. Two of Swords. That's a lot of heavy thinking, my friend. That's a lot of heavy thinking. Two of Swords. I really want to narrow this down. Show me this Two of Swords, please. Show me that Two of Swords. Show me that Two of Swords. Show me that Two of Swords, please. Page of Cups. Emperor. Standing in your power. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Whatever it is that you decide, you defaulted to this. In the absence of my knowing conclusively what this is, I need to stand in my power as Emperor, and whatever it is I do decide has to come from the place of the foundation. So in that respect, here's your real world weight kicking in. Does this contribute to my Ten of Pentacles, yes or no? And if it does, is it positive or negative? And in which case you had some engagement with this, but not a lot. It was enough to kind of give you an impression about yes, no, left, right, up, down, A, B. It's powerful, whatever this is. But power works both directions. It can be in the positive, it can be in the negative. And you were intrigued by it. You're absolutely intrigued by this. And that's one of the things that disturbs you. That sense of intrigue. I need to know, I need to find out. And it kind of lended to that feeling of maybe this is obsession. Maybe this is a bad thing. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't put it down. So does that mean it's for me? Or is it just one of those things that I'm lusting for really, really strongly because I feel like it's mine, but maybe it's not. So the Emperor here is saying, look, Pisces, we don't know. We don't have enough information to act on it. So whatever it is that we do, we default to the foundation. The Pentacle world has to come first. We'll get back to this. So that's why I see your energy kind of doing this tug of war here, this back and forth with whatever this is, this star/devil. Is it a star? Is it a devil? Is it a star? Is it a devil? You don't know. There's time attached to it. So you've really taken your time out to try to keep yourself distant from it. You still critically think about it. It still engages your energy. You just really don't know if it's good or bad. That's what it seems to come down to. You can't tell if this is a good thing or a bad thing. So you engage with it a little bit, but it's so cautious. It's oh so cautious. Oh, so cautious. That energy is. You have strong will in you. I see that. It's interesting because it's like whatever it is you associate with this, with your hopes, dreams, and your wishes, it provokes your fire in you, which is one of the things that makes you uncomfortable. So again, it's like if it's coming from a fireplace or an obsessed place or a passionate place, maybe it's not that good. Maybe it's not good, right? Because it seems like if it was good for me, I wouldn't hesitate, right? So I'm just seeing a very elaborate back and forth process over something that's important to you, but you don't know what kind of power exists within it. Is it the power to enhance you and really bring you forward into your own, or is it a power that could hurt you? You don't know. This is way too vague for me. I like details. So you could apply it then. It's most likely multi-directional for some of you, yeah. Love, life, work, a combination of those things. But I do know this, and I think I understand your default thinking here. In the absence of not knowing and having a clear direction, I will always act in best interest for right now towards my foundation as I understand it, because at least this I know is true, right? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Don't do anything until you know what the hell you're doing, right? My only question is with that Knight of Pentacles there and the defensiveness and the critical analyzing, it's like, how long have you been looking at this though? And you don't know. It's looking like that's going to change because here we have the Devil again, the Six of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. It's looking like you're breaking ties from what you now understand may not be a star so much as it is the Devil. Okay, so I don't know how long it took for you to understand that this star pathway maybe isn't your star pathway. It might indeed be something that you understand ultimately is bad for you as opposed to beneficial to you. Especially if you come from that kind of responsible line of thinking that my foundation needs to come first regardless of what this is. Right? You don't want to make a choice out of ego. That's true. And I applaud you for that. But there's something about this that you find absolutely captivating. Absolutely captivating. Like it completely captivates two core sides of you. Your analytical strength of mind. Your ability to intellectualize, rationalize, that kind of thing. And your curiosity, your drive, your ambition, your fire, your passion. And the Emperor's overriding all those kings and says, you know what, guys, fellas? Okay, until you guys can figure out what the hell this thing is, I'm personally Now there's a third part to Pisces saying whatever it is we do in the absence of knowing what the hell this is, I as Emperor say don't do anything that could jeopardize the foundation. That's it. That's it. So continue to look at it, poke it with a stick, but because that's what you do. You occasionally poke this thing with a stick trying to figure out if it's good or bad. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know how else to explain it, Pisces. It's like you're poking this thing with a stick. Are you good or bad? What the hell are you? I don't know. Are you good for me or are you bad for me? Are you going to lend to my pathway in life or are you going to take away from it? Am I meant to reach for you or am I meant to avoid the hell out of you? What are you? There you are poking it with a stick. And the Emperor's like, fellas, look, I respect the Emperor's over here. I love this. This is the way he's looking at these two fellows. And he's like, look, fellas, I respect your process. King of Swords, you're doing your thing. King of Wands, you're doing your thing. But I, Emperor, who override the both of you, don't do a damn thing unless, you know, don't do anything that would affect the foundation. That's all I'm asking you, fellas. Keep the foundation. I'm sorry it's so vague, but this is terribly fascinating regardless. So you apply it to you as it makes sense to you, if it makes sense to you. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, say, Christina, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Honey, I don't blame you. I am, but I'm intrigued. I'm absolutely intrigued, honey. You're pulling so many major concepts. Transformative, do right, life path decisions. Is this right? Is this wrong? You occasionally poke it with a stick. It's like, what? Okay. Let's show me this devil. I don't know if I dare look. Oh my God. Show me the devil, please. Show me the devil, please. Show me the devil, please. Show me the devil. Show me the devil. I mean, honey, you're pulling out some serious energy here. And I see why. Because in your estimation, it looks like a major decision. That's why you're pulling such heavyweight energy. Because you're really trying to figure this thing out. And it's in your face, and it looks confrontational, but it's something that has stretched out over time. You've had time to poke it with a stick. You've had time to look at it analytically. You've had time to look at it from a passionate point of view and to engage with this thing. And it's looking like you concluded it's a devil thing that you got to leave behind, break from, you name it. Show me the devil, please. Show me the devil. Show me the devil. Show me the devil, please. Am I just tied to you? Is this a codependency thing? Or am I actually meant to be with you if it's a person? Let's say it's applying to a person. Okay. I could apply this to your life or your career, but I'm trying to give you an example. If you can apply this analogy to a person, you're looking at them in terms of, are you meant for me, or are you just something that we got used to? Are we codependent on each other? Are we leaning on each other out of habit? Or am I actually genuinely meant for you? That kind of thing. Where does that come from? And until we know what we're doing, don't mess with the foundation. Something like that. Don't do anything that could upset the foundation in the absence of not knowing. Okay, show me the devil, please. Six of Cups, soul bond energy, Seven of Cups, love, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, we're still very much acquainted with this person, all right? It could literally be Capricorn at this point. I'm kind of, for some of you, yeah. Six of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. There's this idea that they're expressing to me they still want to work through their love energies with you. And you, to your part, do as well. You were interested, at least for some time, in trying to keep the cups going, healthy, engaged. Tried to work with it, compromise with it, figure it out. There is love in here. There is love in here. Okay. It's a Six of Cups thing. You've known them a long time. They've known you a long time. Seven of Cups. You two have always kind of floated around each other's cups in terms of options of love. Having a variety of feelings and a variety of feelings between you two. In the Eight of Pentacles, you both found a way to work in this, work with each other, to try to figure out each other's feelings, to try to make them productive. And is it like a strong love that feels too strong to you, or it doesn't feel right to you, or it doesn't feel like it fits you, but you wonder if it does? Is this person meant for me? I've known them a long time. And we kind of have a working method here. It's predictable. We both kind of contributed to that. Okay. Let me see the Six of Swords. They're still kind of interested in showing you emotionality, and it's looking like you served into that feeling as well. That's you poking them with a stick. There is natural love here, Pisces. There is. And it has become, I guess, manageable, which may not be the most flattering interpretation with the Eight of Pentacles, but I do believe it was you two trying to discover the best of each other's feelings in what feels like an uncomfortable relationship, and I don't know why. Because there is good feeling in here. There is real love in here. There is real beauty of love in here as well. Six of Swords, King of Wands, Eight of Swords, you cannot see, Seven of Wands, defensive. It's still inconclusive, so at least now, I don't think it's going to remain that way. I am seeing more declaratives in future than not. But the Six of Swords, when you try to pull away from this, your passion, your King of Wands that shows up over here in reflection of this Devil, again, kicks back in and says, no, I still have feeling for this. And yes, it's guarded. And I'm attributing that to you because you opened up with the Seven of Wands, with the King of Wands. Okay. And it's not an accusation. I'm just looking at a very intricate, delicate, not straightforward process for somebody that you have a complicated relationship with. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to see back and forth. That's really natural. Especially for someone that you've shared memories with and you've shared time with. It makes these kind of processes feel longer and more intense than they are. You're telling me I know I should move away from this, Christina. You know, I think I've poked it with a stick long enough to know that yes, there are real feelings here. They are genuine. I respect the connection. I see it for what it is. I can even work with it to an extent. But there's still something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Okay. Your passion, your fire turns back to them when you try to leave. The Six of Swords, mental. This is Six of Swords is a mental thing. Okay? The mental resignation to move forward. Your King of Wands, when you try to do this, your King of Wands steps in and says, wait, I'm not ready. There's still love in these cups, and I know they're there, and I know they're pure. And part of it is pure, but you also tell me that there's a devil attached to it. You still don't know that if these cups are meant for you or not. Show me that Five of Pentacles, please. Oh, I'm just going to piss the cross watchers off today. Show me that Five of Pentacles, please. Take the rest, nice, if it's not, reverse energies as it applies. The Five of Pentacles, please. The Five of Pentacles, please. But this is not some casual thing either. This is not the Pisces you met at the bar last week, honey. This has been on Pisces' mind a long time. A long time. It's like you can't make up your mind if this is a good connection or a bad connection. Parts of it are very good. Yes. There is real love here. There's real passion here. And it's like that passion gets in the way sometimes, so much so that I believe it makes you uncomfortable, but Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Empress, the World, something's ending. Something's ending. We've been slowly moving in that direction for some time. We have been slowly moving in that direction for some time. That's the Pisces I'm looking at today. The Knight of Pentacles that was back here when you were like using your King of Swords, your King of Wands. Look at this. Figure it the hell out. What's going on here, fellas? Right? And now that Knight of Pentacles has finally arrived to this Empress person, someone who is close to you, a maternal figure possibly, someone of importance to the world. We're breaking ties from that person. The world is here. The Five of Pentacles is here. It was a slow arriving thing. Now, I know that this person means a lot to you. Otherwise, the Empress would not be here. Okay? But just because they mean a lot to you doesn't mean they're right for you. And that's where feelings get us really confused sometimes as water signs. You know, I feel very strongly about it. But it's for those same feelings that sometimes it makes me wonder if I can't see things correctly. Because you're telling me back here you're trying so hard to see this correctly. Capricorn, like I said, Aquarius. I got some Taurus, Libra here, Scorpio. We have a kind of working love between us. And there's a lot of time in it. For some of you, we're talking, I don't know, 12 to 13 months, upwards to 12 to 13 years. And when you think about moving forward, your King of Wands, which was back here, one of your testers, as it were, says, throws down that Seven of Wands, says, stop. I'm not ready to move on from this. I'm not. And I believe that's where many of you are now. However, that Knight of Pentacles, slow as he is eventually going to arrive. It's that Five of Pentacles. Guys, I read the cards. I don't dictate their drop. I'm seeing some very heavy elements today, so if this stuff offends you, if you think it's too heavy or indelicate, not enough sensitivity, okay. Real tarot is real life, and I don't want you to watch anything that makes you uncomfortable because you're not going to value it. This is for the Pisces who needs to hear it and understands it, resonates with it, and finds value in it. Okay? Because the Pisces I'm looking at has wanted an answer about this for a long time. And I'm showing that Pisces the answers today. Okay? Right now I still see us in a place of trying to give to the situation emotionally. You two have a kind of emotional working pattern. Okay? And that became your normative. And when you think about pulling away, block, stop, stop. My passion as King of Wands dictates to stop. And I'm firm about that. I'm not ready to look at that yet. But eventually that Knight of Pentacles is going to show up. And that's a very distinct portion of this timeline. I don't think that Knight of Pentacles has entered the arena yet. He's still... This was a long process. And you say, guys, until you know what you're doing, don't do anything that will affect the foundation. I am Emperor. Right? I get it. It makes sense. This, by far, is the hinge. The hinge on the door. When the Knight of Pentacles arrives. Breaks ties with this Empress. It cycles it out. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Sense of self, individuation, freedom, the Tower, death. Yes, it's here. You didn't want to do anything that might affect or alter the foundations. That tells me this person is very much embedded or deeply embedded into your life in a realistic way. Are we switching or staying? We're staying. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please, for Pisces. Four of Cups, disappointment, Queen of Wands, but your energy is picking back up. Okay, as you become more and more reacquainted with your own personal sense of freedom, your energy becomes a lot lighter and it's able to better digest that Four Cups. So now I'm seeing Four Cups positive. In other words, you're pulling out of the lethargy, you're pulling out of the sadness, you're pulling out of the disappointment. Your energy actually softens up considerably and it feels a lot more relaxed. It's like letting your hair down, you know? You went from a lot of heavy masculine, I'm thinking, I'm incorporating, I'm making decisions, I'm standing in my power, to once the thing is done and you're Nine of Pentacles and you feel much more capable and upright on your own. You have a much softer, much relaxed energy that comes out. It's like a huge sigh of relief to you. You're showing me much more of your natural state of grace. Your passion is still here, but now you feel healthier. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're still showing me fire, but it's coming from a healthy water space. Back here, you're showing me fire as it intellectually engages you in trying to answer a question, a very serious question. You want the answer to a very serious question back here. So it's much more aggressive, much more firm, much more strong-willed. And now that I see you kind of standing on your own, and you being good on your own, your energy feels a lot more refreshed and resplendent and softer. It's coming out of the Four of Cups. So there you are with the Queen of Wands as well. So your fire's still intact, but now your natural heart space is here. Okay? And there's you letting your hair down. All right? It's kind of like it's done. It's done. You wanted to know if whatever this is, or whoever this is really your star pathway or not. I think you finally answered the question. You gave yourself a lot of time to answer the question, okay? And I respect that. It might have been a long process, but it's what you needed to do. And so long as you arrive to the answer that it feels correct to you, then that's all I care about, okay? You did eventually arrive to the answer. I saw you try to mentally prepare yourself to exit, then you pulled it back, said, no fellas, I'm not ready. Very consistent. King of Wands twice, King of Swords twice, Emperor. You know, but right there, that's the hinge right there. That Knight of Pentacles that was so slow, and I said, you've been poking this thing for a long time, trying to figure out if it was right for you or wrong for you. Is it meant, more to the point, the star, is it meant for me? Right? And we don't know until we're on the path. The thing is, you're on the path for a long time. I want to know what that devil means to you. That's what I'm terribly curious about, is what the devil means to you. Because when I clarified the devil, I was met with functions of love. And I mean that in a real sense. Functioning love. Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups. I'm defaulting to nostalgia at this time. A lot of memories between you and them. Plus the Seven of Cups. It's kind of soft, it's kind of fuzzy, but we make it work. So I want to know what that devil means to you, other than the fact, is this my forever person or not? Is this my pathway person or not? I want to get back to that, is my point. I'm not done with it. The Tower. Show me the Tower, please. The Hermit. Show me the Tower, please. Death. Tower. Death. Okay. What's going on, please? Show me the Tower for Pisces. The Hanged Man. Ten of Swords. No, you won't go back on it. King of Cups, you won't go back on it. Okay. Okay. Hanged Man. For you, actually, it's in reverse. No new perspective, it will not change. You knew it wouldn't change? No new perspective, you knew there would be no change. The Ten of Swords must stand. And King of Cups, your energy got masculine again, but it's still coming from a good heart space. Do they try to reapproach you? There is no new perspective. The ending must stand. Ten of Swords, the Tower. That's the Hanged Man's in reverse. I won't reconsider that decision. It feels right. I won't reconsider that. It makes me wonder if somebody's asking you to reconsider because you're telling me no, I will not. You will not. Please know also, in the general sense, the transformation of the pain is here, and you will come into a fuller heart space again. The decision does seem to be final to you, and it kind of reinforces this energy. Now that I'm on my own, it feels right. Okay. It's pulling me out of the sadness. It's pulling me out of the disappointment. I'm recovering. So you're showing me positive aspects of recovery for having done the hard thing. So that tells me, again, whatever decision is you made, complicated as it was, how long it took, regardless, it was still correct for you. Okay. There will be no change to that tower. The decision stands as the Ten of Swords, and you're standing firm by that as the King of Cups, right? You might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart, honey. You're pulling up a lot of it. Also in reference to the time of now. But also the pain has been radically transformed. We're out of suspension. We're out of numbness. We're out of the pain and confusion, and you seem to be much happier for it. You're in a place of recovering and healing your heart, and it feels right. It feels very right. Your waters are here. Well, you have a lot of head of state energy here. A lot. Wow. Death. Yeah. Show me death, please. But yes, trust that the pain will be transformed into something more beautiful, positive. Okay. It's all part of the healing. It's all part of the transformation process. And you're not going back this time. You're not looking back this time. Show me death, please. Show me death, please. That Knight of Pentacles. I need to see when that arrives. It's such a hinge point. Everything up until this point has been I'm observing, I'm looking, I'm hanging back, don't do anything yet. And then the Knight of Pentacles arrives. It's not a snap decision. No. It's not a snap decision at all. I don't want you to think it is. Healing. Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. Yeah, okay. So Temperance. Death. Okay. Temperance. Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. I'm very curious about that Eight of Cups. Through this ending you will heal, but you already know that. You will take care of yourself once more. You will understand that what you did was correct in walking away from this. There's definitely ending here. It's been marked multiple times. I'm not making this up. You can't see death 3 times in Tower and the World and Ten of Swords and not say that there's not something here that is over. I just can't. It would be irresponsible. Oh no, all is well, Pisces. Do you respect that tarot reader? I don't. The hardest messages are the honest ones, and somebody somewhere has to hear it. That's all I know. That's my job. I report. You will heal in time. You will. Having walked away from the dissatisfying cups, you're showing me stronger healing elements now. Accepting it. Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance. You will turn your energy back on itself and take care of thyself. Okay? But you keep telling me I'm not going back. I believe you. I'm not going back. I've made up my mind now. It took me a long time to get here. I'm telling you that Knight of Pentacles, when it arrives, it's critical. This is where the breakage actually starts in the 3D. Back here it was hypothetical contemplation. Serious contemplation. Very serious. But this is where it actually happens. I see you on your own feeling a lot better. The pain will transform. The acceptance of it is here, and your heart space is better for it, not worse. The connection, you recognize it, that it is over. Acceptance, which is the pathway to healing. It starts with acceptance. You don't seem to have a problem with that. That's what I find interesting. You don't seem to have a problem with that. I accept the transformative process. It hurts. Oh, goodness me. I don't know how embedded this person was in the foundation. The energy suggests it was quite a bit. I want to go back and look at this. This is where it all started. Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Are you for me or are you bad for me? Am I meant to reach for you or am I meant to let you go? Is this my higher calling or are you just dragging me down? Are you my hope and my wish or are you my nightmare come true? I don't know about nightmare. I can see where the whole thing gets confused because there are genuine feelings here. Okay? If this person well and truly was bad, and I don't believe anybody is 100% bad. I don't. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to emotionally attach to them. And you had some sort of working emotionality with this person. It might have been predictable, okay? But it was a workable pattern that you recognized and they did too. And perhaps you both leaned on it. Perhaps you both leaned on that working pattern. I need to see this devil. What does this devil mean to Pisces, please? Devil. Show me the devil, please. Show me this devil star. What does that devil mean to you? Show me this devil. And the star, show me this. Show me the devil and the star, please. The world. Shit. 5 of Swords. No shit. 7 of Swords. No shit. Damn, Pisces. You talked yourself out of exiting this several times. Several times. That's why you couldn't stop poking it with a stick. Over how long, I don't know. And I mean poke it with a stick, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's kind of like, what are you? Identify yourself. Like, I know we have love between us. But sometimes it makes me feel bad. And I know you and I have a way of communicating. We have a certain pattern between us that we both use, we both default to. Maybe that's the problem. We default to the pattern. Perhaps we are showing a little bit of codependency here. Perhaps we lean too hard on each other in all the wrong ways. So while there's still love here, that doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. I agree. Not all love is healthy. I completely agree with you. And that's what I think you wanted to know at the end of the day. Is this healthy love or not healthy love? But until I know what the hell I'm doing, I'm not doing nothing that jeopardizes the foundation. We're talking how it affects family and friends and community, the personal finances and larger things outside of that. The Ten of Pentacles is all-encompassing. It's the roots to the tree of life. It touches many, many things. So you're saying we're not doing nothing, I'm not doing nothing, Pisces isn't doing a damn thing. You two kings, you go ahead and talk shit out, but I'm not doing nothing to upset the foundation until we have a conclusive answer, and then one day you do. I wanted to know what this devil/star is to you. It's a cycle we've been avoiding for a long time. If you went one way, would it be failure and self-sabotage? If you went the other way, would it be failure and self-sabotage? No, it was a delay, honey. It was a delay. That's why these two are chattering so much. That's why it chatter. I'm still attracted to it, but I want to keep my distance from it. I feel emotionally disengaged from it sometimes, but sometimes it engages me so hard. In terms of my passion and my enthusiasm, it's mine, and my pride. I have to protect it, but how come I feel so cold from it? you know, or cold for it or about it. I can't tell if this love is good for me or not. I can't tell if it's right for me or not. You've talked yourself out of the cycle many a time. Well, these two did what they did. You will, I will say this, you had, I'm looking at a Pisces, you had one core truth in you, okay? And that kind of kept you going in all this. Don't do anything that affects the foundation. Don't do anything until you know what the hell's up, right? The Knight of Pentacles arrives carrying the news. Break. There's the world, again, attached to this person. Or rather, the relationship. One that you put off for a long time, so much so that it bleeds over into here. There's something about this. There's something about, hold on. First, I'm going to jump over here. Show me the hinge, please. How does it proceed? How does the Knight of Pentacles arrive? Show me. Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please. Six of Swords. That very Six of Swords you talked yourself out of over here, it comes arriving this time, and this time you choose it instead of delaying or talking yourself out of it, saying you can't see. And again, you defaulted to that until you absolutely know, Pisces, don't do anything. I understand. I get that. King of Pentacles. Six of Wands. And knowing that one can succeed on their own. That's where the confidence comes from, to finally get that Knight of Pentacles to arrive to the break. And having confidence that we can achieve success in our own right, that we feel secure and stable, has allowed us to arrive safely to the conclusion at last. Perhaps some of you were in a position where you wanted to make sure your resources were in order in your own state of independence, and that you were able to carry that over into your future before you did anything. Sure, that could very well be true. That Knight of Pentacles can represent security slowly arriving. I feel secure enough to break from this, that I know I can stand on my own 2 feet and take care of myself. That's how I know I can break from this now. I wasn't prepared to here. I still had some fight in me. I still had some passion for the situation or person. Yeah. Maybe my pride, my protective qualities too. Sure. But you had to move forward into a state of stability and resourcefulness before you felt free to make the move that you needed to do. That would explain the Emperor over here with that Ten of Pentacles. Don't do anything that could affect the foundation. Not right now. So fellas, you go ahead and look at this all you want. Look at it, analyze it. See what happens with it, but don't do anything yet in case it affects the foundation. Okay. You will move forward from this when you feel much more comfortable and resourceful. And that confidence is there to actually back up the Six of Swords movement, because that is confidence to back up the movement. I was just trying to capture for the next couple of weeks. I wasn't trying to do all this. Please know you will be healing, and that starts with acceptance. I see you accepting the radical transformation. In fact, you benefit from it. Okay. Goodness me. Some of that Six of Cups to the Seven of Cups, Six of Cups to the Seven of Cups, some of that. Attached to this Devil, you two have found a working compromise that you're both familiar with. Perhaps it was some sort of codependency. I don't know. Justice, Libra, Temperance, Sag, Five of Wands. You two, here's the trick. Here's the trick. And this is what confused you, and it's one of the things that confuses a lot of water signs. How can I have such strong feeling for this, even when it makes me feel bad, or aggressive, or uncertain? How? Right? How come so many of the people seem able to just not show or share their feelings when they know that their other person's not that great? How come I can't do that? Right? Because every time you had an argument, you two would find a way to heal. Literally, that's the translation. And compromise. You two had a compromising structure, which is great in healthy relationships. But for some reason, this relationship's not coming across as healthy. It's a definite pattern here, over and over again. And you both relied on it to some extent. You both played into it to some extent. The thing is, you didn't want to play into it anymore. The only thing that really confused you is how you could still have feeling in this. You got used to it. You know, you got used to it. They did too. It's the back and forth. Every time you had an argument, you know, you'd heal and balance things up until the next incident, and the next incident, and the next incident. Right? You two learned how to play off of each other in a way that kind of make things go by in a state of kind of balance and sanity, but it's like you two would fight and make up, fight and make up, fight and make up. But obviously it goes well beyond that. Much more. I'm not you. I can't apply it to me. Only you can apply it to you. About what that kind of thing looks like. But it still left you kind of feeling hard-worn or hard-wearing at the end of the day. And you know, you span that out over years. Yeah. You know, you're going to wonder if this is actually right for you. And you're telling me, Christina, through this the transformation of the Ten of Swords, which I'm not going to go back on, I actually feel better for it. So that's how I know it's right for you. And it took you a long time to understand that this was right for you as well. You know, you wanted your independence. You wanted a certain sense of resourcefulness before the exit. And once that falls into place, you do move on your own. I see it. Somebody's delivering that Knight of Pentacles to the 5, to that Empress, whom we should have cycled with probably a long time ago. But we talked ourselves out of it. I don't know why I saw that. Anyway, Hierophant's under the deck. Taurian energy. I think we all have the major players here today. Goodness me, I do have a couple of battle wills between two people consistently. You show me a great deal of heads of state. And it starts out with your analytical side, which I understand. Your fire picks up the ball. But you don't open up to your natural waters until the future, and that comes with acceptance. That this was right for you, and it was probably overdue. I just see you massively healing and rejecting old cups. I gotta move on from this. These cups don't work for me anymore, and they haven't for a long time. I'm not going back on it. I feel better now than I have in years. Something like that. I know this Knight of Pentacles arrives to finally do his job. Next June, possibly. I don't know about that, though. Let's take a look at that real quick. Movement, positive movement forward, that's what I'm saying. You're not going back on your decision. In fact, you're thriving under it. Positive movement forward. Also the communication of its set intentions and actions. Right about here. 5 of Pentacles, please. So can I see one of this 5 of Pentacles? Four of Pentacles. Right now you don't know that the timing is right. For some of you, 4 of Pentacles, 4 months, 4 seasons. I don't know about 4 years, but it's possible. And for those of you who are appalled by that, yeah, it could take 4 years. So if you don't want that to be you, please do remember, tarot doesn't dictate actions, you do. If you well and truly resonate with this, and if I'm saying as much time as I believe I am, then yeah, 4 years is plausible. It's absolutely possible. Four seasons, I'm sure. But that Knight of Pentacles, who's like he had just turned his engine on back here, when I say it's slow, talking ourselves out of the cycle, and we're dealing with major concept stuff like the Star and the Devil. Yeah, no, this is not, I'm going to do this next week. It's not coming across like that at all. For some of you, you did this 4 years ago. In which case, share your experience. But there's so many major concepts here of concern. Is this right? Is this wrong? Am I misconstruing it? Am I just not perceiving my connection, my relationship correctly? Is it me? Is it them? Is it the both of us? Yeah, it's the both of you to some extent. There is love in this Devil. You want to know, though, if it's the love that's right for you, because sometimes it doesn't feel so good. I have to agree. It doesn't look so good. It doesn't feel so good either. There's a reason all your kings back here are kicking off. You're cautious with your love at this person. You try to look at it analytically. There's something about you that says this person is still mine. Okay? There is a little bit of possessive energy in here in terms of perhaps you feel obligated towards them or protective of them. Okay? If you're a true water sign, yeah, you're going to be protective of the person you love, even if you don't feel necessarily like the relationship is meant for you. You're still going to feel emotionally imprinted to it, on it, part of it. Just please know that Knight of Pentacles will arrive when it's supposed to. Right now, I don't. You're questioning the judgment, the timing of the thing. Okay, and if that will ever be right for you. I saw you literally talking yourself out of it over here. You get close to it on that mental border of what if I moved on. Then your King of Wands, your passionate, your fighter person in you that says I'm not giving up on this yet. There's still love in here, damn it. We always bring it back together. We always find a way to fix it. We always find a way to balance it out. Listen to your words. Listen to your words. You always find a way to make it work. Yes. You always find a way to make it work. How many times have you always found a way to make it work with this person? Now, for the very disenchanted cross-watchers who says, well, Christina, in a commitment, you're supposed to work things out. I agree. Yes. You are. That's what commitment is. I know what I signed up for. We're going to have moments, you and I. Question is, cross-watcher and Pisces, how many moments are you having with this person? Is that a commitment? Or is that something you two got used to doing? Fighting, feeling bad, falling out, patching things up. So yes, by all means, you're going to have real-world arguments in your commitments. Hell yes. Mom, dad, bro, cousin, best friend, teachers, Authority figures, yeah, you're going to have arguments, you're going to have tension. And if you really want to work it out with that person, you will. But the point is, it keeps coming back. And there's real love in it too. Which means, again, for those water signs, having those real feelings for somebody, you're much more inclined to try to make peace and to work on it. And you did, and it became a habitual pattern. And that's why you question the Pisces. I'm looking at it as questioning it. It's like, is this really for me then? I'm not going to lie, my cups feel a little beat up. Neglected. But I still love them. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm always defaulting to patterns that don't really fit me, but I know that they'll fix the moment. Not the long term, but they'll fix the moment. It's practice at the craft, the both of you. So let's make that clear. This is a practice craft between the two of you. The Devil. That's a practice craft between the two of you. Say the Hierophant was here instead of the Devil, I'd be like, you know what? Go Team Pisces in their person. Hell yeah. You two work your shit out. You love each other, so you come together in a way that's compromising, and it represents both of your values and your morals. Under the Hierophant. Blessed be. But this is over the Devil. So you both kind of have a way of banking on old habits to kind of soothe the moment. To balance the moment until there's the next one. It's a tune you're both in love with. It's a song you're both in love with. But you've heard it so many times that you kind of despise it now. Okay? And if this really felt fair and balanced outside that moment, honey, with this person, you wouldn't be showing me Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, the World. You wouldn't be showing me Knight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Death, Tower, Ten of Swords. Yeah, you wouldn't be showing me that. If this felt like a constructive, healthy relationship to you, you wouldn't be showing me all this tension and the fragmentation. But it's a fragmentation you're becoming more familiar with. So I do know this is a core concept for some of you Pisces. This was incredibly distinct. You have, I believe, some Aries in your chart somewhere, no matter how faint, because that is a very strong Emperor thing to do. Don't do anything. He's telling these other guys over here, don't you do anything that affects the foundation, so don't do shit until you know what the hell you're doing. Keep it in check, fellas. That's it. That's the only thing I'm commanding. You go ahead and poke that thing over there as much as you want, but don't do shit that might affect what we built here, because what if we're wrong? And so I asked, when does that Knight of Pentacles arrive? When the next time you consider the Six of Swords, it sticks. The next time you consider moving forward, because you know it's the right thing to do, it's because you're coming from a place of stability, resourcefulness, and that you are independent. And that's when you know you can leave. Okay, something like that. But yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, honey. I asked when that night, because it's such a specific hinge in my eyes to opening that door. Yeah, for some of you, 4 months, 4 seasons, or possibly 4 years. Oh, good night. Oh, good night. What is going on? Yours is a lot like Capricorn in many respects. In terms of exaggerated time, theirs had another twist on it. And I told them the same thing I'm telling you, honey. I'm just trying to capture you for the next couple of weeks. I'm not trying to capture the full profile of your past. You know, and I just want to show you what I can show you now. And theirs was complicated like yours. Spans of time. And you also showed me heavy Capricorn placements today. So, if you are indeed connecting to one, or you have some strong Capricorn in your chart, you might want to check theirs out. I do know this. I know the Eight of Wands is lovely and it seems light, but you have to take away the base message. It's positive movement forward. What seems scary to you, by the time you get there, it's not going to be scary. It's just going to be the reasonable thing to do. And that's when you experience positive movement forward. I told you Look how resplendent your energy becomes. Calm, relaxed, beautiful, softer, easier. So much sense of fulfillment and ease in your energy. That doesn't have to be so hard or so strong-willed. It doesn't have to be so demanding or commanding. And then over here, that tower, see that ending, Christina? I'm transforming it. Okay, Hangman's in reverse. No more stagnation, that's done. I'm transforming the pain. This decision is final. I'm King of Cups, so I know your healing is here. Your sense of feeling is here. Your intuition is here. And there it is again. Just more acceptance. More acceptance. So I know this was not a casual thing for you. It's been on your mind for a long time. And it will continue to do so for some of you. Yes. Heavy Sag energy, like I said, Capricorn. Scorpio, that's more future orientation. But it's more like... I'm seeing it as the process as opposed to the sign, but I can't say that you're not. You could very well be dealing with Scorpio. I have heavy fixed sign energy here as well, just in the general sense. The Aries seems like it's an internal thing to you. Guilt, sabotage. Yeah, I see the sabotage back here when you're like, no, 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 no. I'm going to choose to renew this thing. And we were setting ourselves up for failure. That's very distinct right here. I'm going to continue to renew this cycle, keep it open. And that was a form of sabotage. That's like... yeah, and some of you do feel guilt. Guilt for going against what was right for you. Guilt for staying or feeling obligated to stay. Ancestors. Mind your ancestors. Is this what your ancestors would want? Is this how your ancestors would abide? Comfort zone, south node, clinging. It's whatever's in your south node is what's allowing you to cling to this connection. Control tactics. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I got a couple things at play here. First of all, I don't believe in twin flames. Let me make that clear to you. I do know that there is some sort of bond here that's gone sour. And it is likely a soul bond to some extent. Spirit confirms that. But yes, the comfort zone, the south node, that's what I'm saying. Especially if Pisces is your south node. Or your earth energy. You have earth energy that's in your south node. It's not a knock on earth. It's just the way it is. They tend to be very tied to their comfort zone. What is a comfort zone? It's the thing that we take comfort in. It's our zone. And that's a good thing in terms of healing, having a home base, knowing where you belong. And sometimes it's a bad thing in that respect of your comfort zone will kill you because you got used to it. Your south node is holding you back. The difference between north node and south node, if you do not know what your north node or your south node is, you can easily find that by doing one of the online free birth chart generators. There's a ton of them. You can't miss them. It's very easy. You plug in your data, okay? And it will give you your north node and south node. I do believe, however, you have to have your time of birth. I'm talking hour and minutes, okay? So whatever your north node is, that's what you should aspire to, those traits and characteristics when you are confronted with challenge. Your south node is what you're meant to avoid because you've done it and you know it doesn't work. So for those of you who need an example, my north node is Leo, okay? It's the only time that when I'm experiencing challenging stuff that's changing, threatening, fearful. It takes a lot of courage. I need to step into the Leo energy. What I don't want to do is step into the South Node. That would be Aquarian energy. It's not disrespect on Aquarius. It's just for me, I know it doesn't work because it's in my South Node. What is that? Overthinking, and like I'm extremely prone to that, and it's one of the things that will personally delay my hand when confronted with something very, very challenging. I tend to fall back on devil energy, South Node behaviors, me critically overthinking. It's much more advantageous for me then to step into the Leo energy and says, you know what, I'm just going to do this now, and whatever the fallout is, I'll deal with that later. You can't control everything. Just try. Just do it. Just go for it. Okay, so that's an example. I need you to understand what your South Node energy is, especially if it is Piscean or Earth energy, okay? Possibly even Sag. It could be Sagittarius South Node. Always that temptation in you to heal things, to work things out, give it more time, give it more patience. Usually that's a good thing and a wonderful thing, unless of course you default to it out of habit. And you give everybody more chances than they deserve. You give everybody more chances to heal than they deserve. Sometimes a situation has proven itself over time as actually being permanent fixable, or you're just working to fix something now until the next thing comes up, you understand? And there's control tactics in here. I don't like that. I don't like it. Control tactics makes me nervous. Keeping someone in check and in place. You two have a little bit of doing that with the devil shared between you twice, and that's why it provokes that thing in you. Is this right for me or wrong for me? Because I still have feeling for it, and I still have an inclination to fix it. Why? Because I still love them. Okay? Then why does it feel like I'm always reaching for something that's not mine? Clinging. Someone clings as a form of a control tactic. I need you, I need you, I need you. Actually, no, it's not true. There's a difference between needing someone versus wanting to need someone. Wanting to need someone is much healthier because that means you're choosing that person by choice, not because you actually literally need them for ego, fear of abandonment, finances, so on and so forth. These are very basic things. A lot of people neglect the basics. So whoever's clinging as a form of control, it keeps them in the comfort zone. And it is someone who knows how to speak that particular language with you. It's that soul bond. Not all soul bonds are meant for us. And not all soul bonds are healthy. If we want to aspire to keep a soul bond, we have to be better versions of ourselves. Just because you might doesn't mean that they are. It takes two people, soul bonds does. That's enough. This is some time out. I'm not going to lie, but I promise you, acceptance is the key here. Once you accept it, there's no going back. There's no going back. And you're actually more than fine with that. You're actually more than fine with that. By the time it happens, you will be exquisitely prepared. I don't know why I'm pulling from this one. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's why. I was like, I don't know why the hell I'm pulling from this. I'm saying something that's over. And Spirit's like, oh, FYI, this is why Pisces is going to have an easier time moving on. Okay. All right. We'll take it. New love and chemistry. That would also explain possibly why I'm seeing such a strong acceptance in you, because you might have met someone who doesn't make you feel like a King of Swords and a King of Wands poking at something that you don't understand. That could be what this is. And that might be why you're like, no going back. And P.S. I don't want to. That could be it. That could be why. New love and chemistry. Okay, that would actually make quite a bit of sense. That would, you know what though, Pisces, that just hit me. That just hit me. Oh my God. Death to Temperance. No more false healing. Oh. That would explain that. Unless, of course, it's for you. But no more false healing. Where things are okay now in this moment until the next moment. And we default to old patterns and behaviors and kind of tear each other down and wear each other down in our cups. We're not doing that. Oh. That's some deep shit, honey. Pay attention to the red flags. Yes, about giving your relationship a chance. I want you to look at that chance after chance, keeping it open. You know, talking yourself out of it multiple times, saying that you need more time to look at it. Okay, pay attention to those red flags about you giving this relationship a chance. That's a red flag in and of itself. How many more chances does this thing need to have? How many more incidences? How many more battle of wills where we do a quick patch job until the next thing comes up? Yeah, you love them, but for some reason it feels like it keeps you in your place. Especially if you have Sag in your south node. I'll be ducked. I'll be ducked. Also Pisces, if you have Pisces in south node. I know that seems ludicrous, but hear me out. You are the harmonizer. You have a very strong imperative in you to harmonize emotional relationships with people. Playing it off some Sagittarian energy? Fuck yeah, that's possible. Get caught up in that cycle. Never-ending healing, never-ending second chances, never-ending sense of time in order to keep the peace. Do you see how one could play off the other? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, as I said, that separation, that's what I'm saying. Pay attention to the red flags about giving this relationship continuous chances over time. You looking at it, examining it. Don't mess with the foundation just in case, guys, you're wrong. And then the separation ultimately being the thing. And I was like, why? You just look so resplendent, honey. And you do. So there is a good chance. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be right around the corner. All I know is that your energy told me point blank several times, no going back. No going back. And you don't want to. So perhaps you have very strong motivation, honey. Perhaps you indeed have very strong motivation. Now I'm curious about that. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Yes, once this relationship is over, you have an opportunity, it looks like, to open up to another Six of Cups, one that you do not associate with pain, but you do associate with memories. Oh, sorry. It's another 4. There's that Capricorn energy again. I'll be ducked. You're expressing to them the disappointment. You're talking to them. 2 of Wands. You're talking to this person. How the relationship and or marriage ended. 4 of Wands is in the reverse, and it goes back to the unhappiness with the devil. You're talking to this person, the 6 of Cups, someone whom you know to some extent. It will generate a cycle, a new one. You're communicating. You're talking about moving your life forward. You're talking about how you want to get out of this drain. You had to move your life forward. You had to. Things did not change. You're opening up. That's all I'm saying is a conversation with this person. Okay, that's enough. That's a whole other hour. That's a whole other hour. I just know that it's there. You have the potential of new love with someone whom you have chemistry with. It looks like there's someone you are acquainted with. I see you're having a very personal talk with them about why things ended with this person. You're relating to them and that you've struggled with it as long as you could. Nobody really knew. It was kind of a secret thing to you. And that you finally came out of the suspension and that you're opening your heart back up. Love my dog. Yeah, I know. Confirmation of dog. You love your dog. I should hope so if you have one. Feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yes, of course. And also confirmation of a feather, of course. Big heart. Yes, you do. The Eiffel Tower. I've been getting more and more of this. This is driving me nuts. The Eiffel Tower. Big heart, big love. The real deal, man. The real deal. Big heart, big love, and the actual solidity of the real world value. Why? Taurus, the medallion of Taurus. Again, you might have some strong Taurus in your chart. Could be connecting to one bat, honing in on one's mate. The nighttime thoughts, the stuff that makes us uncomfortable, but we have to come to terms with it if we want to find, or who it is we want to find, we want to actually be with. I'm sorry, honey, yours is so damn difficult. I saw yours pick up the last time in Crab, sign of Cancer, Shark, the great white shark, Scorpio. Any of these could be your entering or exiting energies. You know, honey, but it's real. It doesn't get much more real than this. Big masculine I'm getting so much repetition of these medallions. You have guys, you can't see it, but this thing is incredibly full. And I keep pulling the same ones for a couple of collectives. I see, again, if you have strong Capricorn in your chart, you're connecting to one. Okay. Dragon, Aries, Leo, Sag. I saw a touch of that. Big masculine glasses. D, H, double dragon. Dominant energy here. Cat, intuition. That's enough. That's enough. I said it's enough. That's enough. I dig as far as I could dig, honey. It was worth it to me, which is why I do these as long as I do, because I think it's worth it. If I didn't, I wouldn't explore it. That's it. I try to give people enough information as they possibly can in order to figure out if it's for them or not. That's all I can do. If it resonates, of course, do let me know. There are some very specific elements in here. I think your confusion about why you still feel called and compelled to this energy, even though it doesn't necessarily feel that great to you or feel that healthy for you, there's a reason for that. You have a strong tendency towards forgiveness, harmony, healing, wanting to get along. Okay. And a very strong, there's another level of priority in you that also kind of pulls you to the side, says, hey, Pisces sidebar, don't do anything to fuck up what we might have established. Because what if you're wrong, right? That could affect the foundation. So until the day comes that you can say with confidence that you're prepared to exit on your own. Okay, it kind of plays into that a little bit. And that's reasonable, I think, and level-headedness. But yes, some of you, not till upwards to 4 years. 4 seasons, bare minimum 4 months. Okay, that's enough. Alright, put in the comments as you see fit, honey. I'll check up on you in a couple weeks. I don't know what the spread will be next round, but we'll see. Okay? Take care. Be well.